So have you seen from when they say like percentages wise, is it percentage of the capacity or is it percentage of the seats that are already established? Because I've seen some restaurants that actually might be double capacity or could have double the capacity, but actually have half the seats. So they actually could be completely filled at half capacity. Have you I haven't seen much around where that number is actually figured out. Is it to fire code or something else from a capacity alone issue?
Yeah, that has come up a lot. And what the advice we're giving people is you've got to talk to your local health department. They're the ones that have been tasked, if you will, with making sure that businesses comply with the different phase 2, phase 3 level requirements. So we're having to say, you've got to talk to your local health inspectors. They're understaffed like most city and state groups, but we found them to be very responsive to business owners that say, "What do I do?" They'll come out and do an assessment and say, "Here's the magic number," and to make to operate and stay within the phase 2 or phase 3 edicts.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. It's fascinating. We've learned so much along this whole process. One of the things that is just glaring to me is we have so many non-business people in Congress and in elected positions that are making business type of decisions without really knowing what the
Yeah.
impact is. And it's tough. So as this evolves and there's all these changes that are taking place, business is not one size fits all. But so are there changes coming about that says, okay, we can't have a blanket policy on this. We need to take into consideration this business segment or that business segment. Is that starting to open up as time goes on, or is it still pretty blanket policy across the board?
You talking from a loan
Policy.
perspective, or
Yeah. Yeah.
we're hearing rumblings that because certain categories of borrowers were unable to get funding either through EIDL or PPP, that there's going to be some additional carve-outs that on future funding that would focus on those size businesses, either micro businesses or businesses in certain geographical areas. But you're right, you could tell when lending policies are written by politicians and bureaucrats, they don't always seem to grasp what a business owner really needs.
It's yeah. I mean, it's a challenge. And so what advice do you have? I mean, do you have anything that you would give to these people in terms of they're stuck? They what as a banker, what would you suggest?
I would suggest that they continue to research any and every avenue they can think of, because periodically grants will pop up out of the ground that nobody knew about. So by going on the internet, you might be able to find either a unique loan program, kind of like a niche program, or some kind of grant that popped up out of nowhere. Uh, I think that Google announced one, I believe, yesterday for women-owned, minority-owned businesses. Usually the grants don't provide a lot of money, but it's better than nothing. So you just got to keep your ear to the ground, so to speak, as a business owner, and talk to other businesses in your industry. If you're part of an industry group, find out from them what's going on. I know the restaurant industry is really trying to band together and use their lobbying efforts, if you will, to influence how Congress rewrites future legislation. It's it's a constant process.